Have you ever been absolutely certain something was true, so sure that you'd bet money on it, only to learn later that you were completely wrong? Maybe it's a line from your favorite movie that doesn't quite match your memory, or a logo that suddenly looks off. If this has ever happened to you, you're not alone. What you experienced might just be part of a mysterious phenomenon called the Mandela effect. And yes, some people think it could be proof of parallel universes. Intrigued? Let's dive in. The Mandela effect gets its name from, of course, Nelson Mandela. Back in 2009, a woman named Fiona Broome started comparing notes with others who shared a startling memory. They all recalled Nelson Mandela's tragic death in prison during the 1980s. They could vividly describe news reports, details about the funeral, and even discussions they'd had in school. Yet here's the thing. Nelson Mandela didn't die in prison. He was freed in 1990, went on to become South Africa's president, and didn't pass away until 2013. So, what's going on here? How could so many people share the same memory of something that never happened? Take this one, the beloved children's book series, The Berenstain Bears. Or is it The Berenstain Bears? If you grew up reading these books in the 80s or 90s, you probably remember the latter spelling, Berenstain with an E. But here's the kicker. It has always been spelled Berenstain with an A. Not a single book cover or official record says Berenstain. For many, this discovery feels like a glitch in the Matrix. Could we have somehow slipped into a different timeline? Or think about the iconic scene in Star Wars: The Empire Strikes Back. You know the one. Darth Vader reveals his ultimate secret, saying, "Luke, I am your father." Except that's not what he says. The actual line is, "No, I am your father." Yet millions of fans vividly remember it differently and can even hear the wrong version in James Earl Jones's voice. And then there's the Monopoly Man. Picture the mascot of the classic board game, short, in a suit, top hat, and a monocle, right? Wrong, he's never had a monocle, not once. But why do so many people remember the opposite? It's the same story with the Fruit of the Loom logo. Do you remember a cornucopia, a woven basket spilling fruit? Turns out it never existed. By now you might be wondering, is there some explanation for why so many people have these shared false memories? Scientists think there might be. One theory is that the Mandela effect is all about how our brains process and store information. Over time, memories can become distorted and new ones can form based on associations rather than actual events. Say you've seen a picture of Mr. Peanut 100 times. He has a monocle after all. Your brain might mix that up with the Monopoly Man. It's called false memory, and it's surprisingly common. Our brains love shortcuts, especially when something feels familiar. But of course, not everyone is satisfied with that explanation. For some, the Mandela effect hints at stranger possibilities. Could these shared, misremembered events be glitches in the fabric of reality? One theory suggests that these discrepancies could be evidence of parallel universes, alternate dimensions where things happen slightly differently. If the idea of parallel universes sounds far-fetched, consider this. Quantum physics already suggests the existence of a multiverse. The theory goes that there are countless realities branching off from each decision, each event. What if, by some strange cosmic slip, our consciousness occasionally shifts between these universes? Could that explain why some of us remember Berenstain, while others insist on Berenstain? Or why we recall events that never happened in this timeline? It's a mind-bending thought, isn't it? And yet we're left with just theories, no clear proof, but plenty of mystery. Is the Mandela effect just a trick our brains play on us, a quirk of memory shaped by culture and suggestion? Or could it really be evidence that our reality isn't as solid as we thought? Whatever the answer, one thing's for sure, the Mandela effect never fails to spark curiosity and maybe just a little existential unease.
So the next time you're absolutely convinced you remember something one way, only to find out it's entirely different, ask yourself this: did reality change or did we?